Here now is Tom Fitton, the president of Judicial Watch. He has supported the release of the memo from the very beginning and has FOIA'd through a for information process to try to get as much into the bloodstream of America so that they could know what's going on. Tom, your reaction to the release of the GOP memo?
Oh, I think it's pretty devastating. I've listened to a lot of the commentary waiting to come on, and I don't think it'd be difficult to overstate the importance of the revelations in this memo, not only in terms of the corruption during the Obama administration, but the really devastating blow it strikes at the Mueller investigation. Look, when you have the Obama Justice Department take their best shot with a FISA court, and their best shot is a Clinton campaign document to run the narrative that there was Russia collusion requiring surveillance of a Trump campaign official or volunteer, and it turns out there was really nothing else there but for that dossier paid for by Clinton and DNC funds, then that means there's no Mueller investigation without the dossier paid for by Clinton and DNC funds. So the whole thing is subject to really, I think, being called off now by the Justice Department, if they're brave enough, based on these disclosures today. And it really, you know, I'm hearing a lot of talk about the innocent explanations about the information in this memo. If they were so innocent, then why did the FBI and Justice Department steadfastly object and stonewall congressional requests, Judicial Watch requests for information about the dossier and how it was handled? I mean, we learned today that the FBI authorized a payment to the Clinton campaign vendor, Steele. And then when he was cut off, allegedly, the FBI still wanted his information and used to cut out Bruce Orr, who used his wife to funnel information, obviously improperly, to the FBI. And all the courts, not once, not twice, not three, but 4 times, including by Rod Rosenstein, the memo alleges, misled the court. We can't wait for the courts to act. What's the Justice Department going to do, the clean house? What is Wray going to do, clean house? When did Wray know about this, and why hasn't he taken steps to reform the FBI? I tell you, Mr. Mueller, when did he know the dossier that is the basis fundamentally for the Russia collusion narrative and the fundamental basis for his investigation? What did he know, and when did he know it about the Clinton involvement in his investigation?
So, Tom, I want to stop right there because what you've said is ground shaking, and you're the first person who said it. And I've been covering this now since it came out 90 minutes or so ago. The memo is devastating. It's a devastating blow at the Mueller investigation. Those are your words. The House Speaker Paul Ryan says the two don't connect. Let's watch this together and then get your reaction.
What this memo is Congress doing its job in conducting legitimate oversight over a very unique law, FISA. And if mistakes were made and if individuals did something wrong, this memo is not an indictment of the FBI, of the Department of Justice. It does not impugn the Mueller investigation or the Deputy Attorney General.
Tom?
The memo speaks for itself. Did the Speaker read the memo that his party authorized the release of from the House of Representatives? You know, this is what I love about our work. You know, the documents are out there. You can reject or deny or accept my analysis or the Speaker's analysis. But when you have the Andrew McCabe, who is no friend of Donald Trump, testifying there be no FISA, a spying operation on the Trump team without this Clinton dossier, that necessarily means there would have been a Mueller investigation, because Mueller was hired to investigate this alleged Russia collusion. And the only reason there's alleged Russia collusion, it looks like, it's because they had this dossier paid for by the Clinton camp. I don't know what Mr. Ryan's thinking of. So, you know, the politicians in Washington, D.C. are protective of Mr. Mueller, the establishment politicians, and Donald Trump, frankly, seems like the only one who understands what Mueller's about at this point.
So you think this is political and maybe a different way than we had even looked at it. Does this memo cause kind of an ink blot reaction, or does it clear up some things that you had FOIA'd for and tried to get answers for? Because Judicial Watch, I mean, I don't know how much our viewers know how much you've been pushing. You wanted former Deputy Director FBI Andrew McCabe's text messages after he popped up between the two agents who were having an affair, talking about how they wanted to keep Trump out of the White House, and they mentioned him by name as Andy in their own text messages, just as an example.
Yeah, we actually asked for his text messages. We sued for them before that material came out. We asked, for instance, for the dossier information, any payments. And they told us they can't confirm or deny anything like that, and they've been stonewalling us. We've asked for the underlying FISA applications. You know, we're going to have dueling memos now about what these underlying applications say. Let's declassify them. Let's get access to them. In fact, we plan to sue for these very records, if not today, but soon. So there has to be I think, this commitment to transparency, and I applaud Devin Nunes and the president for standing fast against the deep state that opposed this in a self-interested way, I think, to protect, again, the Mueller investigation. I would suggest that they do more of this. I just hope this is one of a series of memos, in the least, that give us some inkling.
The Democratic memo, you want to see that too?
Sure, I want to see it. I want to see everything. I want to see, though, the underlying documents. But why are we arguing what's in the FISA application when it can be easily declassified? There's no good reason to keep it classified at this point. You can see the objections to releasing this memo based on the fact things were classified were specious. They were fraudulent. They were fake. There was no classified information in this memo, and their chief concern was that senior officials were named by name, and there's no good reason to withhold that information either. Look, the DOJ and the FBI have zero credibility in any objections they have now or in the future to release of information about their conduct with respect to the Russia collusion investigation and their investigations of Donald Trump.
Wow. Okay. Tom Fitton, Judicial Watch, put very strongly in the end there as a closing argument. We appreciate your time. And when you do get that information, if they do let you see it, we'll bring you back. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What Tom is talking about, and our journalists